Hello, I'm doing an interview with CT, the original world traveler. Let's begin. CT, you're the original world traveler. Please explain how you got this title.
Well, it was one day during weight training, my sophomore year, and Coach Murray, being the genius that he is, said, "Hey, you went out of the country, didn't you? You're a world traveler. You know what? I'm going to call you Tortellini because I bet you ate a lot of tortellini." That's what Coach Murray said. I didn't really understand why he said that. I just smiled and said, "Okay, Coach, whatever."
Okay, how did you get the title world traveler?
From Coach Murray, Patrick.
What about in Miss Green's class?
Oh, my mother thought I would get my identity stolen on our blog, so she made me put world traveler. So I wouldn't get any emails from predators, sexual predators.
What was your most successful travel?
My most successful travel would probably have to be Italy. I just saw so many things. The Colosseum, Caesar's Palace, just so many things. I was just overwhelmed by all that I saw. The food, the sights, the paintings. My dad went crazy. He even yelled at me because I spit lemon seeds on the ground. He made my mama cry. But it was all by accident, because she stumped her toe and she fell down the stairs.
Okay. Tell me about sleeping. Where'd you sleep?
Slept in hotels. No.
Where'd you eat?
I ate at all the shops all around town. You know, just small places, unknown to the crowd.
Okay. Sightseeing. Tell me about the Louvre.
The Louvre?
Louvre.
It was a big place. Me and my cousin went. We got lost, too. It scared my dad. He had to call the police, so they picked us up, but they arrested us. They thought we were trying to steal the Mona Lisa. So my dad had to spend about a week getting us out of the French prison. That was terrible. You know that saying, "Don't drop the bar in the shower"? It's entirely true.
What was your most unsuccessful travel in your life, and what happened?
It's probably when I went to England. It was terrible. It was rainy. It sucked. The food was terrible. People were rude. And I got chased by a homeless man because I stared at him on his stoop. He chased me down with a bike and I ran. My dad whistled for a cop. So he ran over there and started beating up the old man. I gave him $1 and told him to go to McDonald's. He did and he said, "It's okay. I'm sorry for chasing you." Then I tripped him as he walked by and he had a concussion. And then I ran away and joined my cousin.
Okay. Is traveling a major part of your family?
Yes, it is. It's a major part. My dad's dad did it. His dad, and so on. My dad likes it too much. It gets quite annoying. He took me to Egypt once, just me and him. It was kind of scary because I almost got captured by the Iranians.
You travel up to Americas quite often. Why is that? What do you do?
Because I've got a large family up there. My dad came from there and so did my mom. My grandmother still lives up there. I go up there to visit her the most. Sadly, my my dad's parents are dead. One died of cancer, the other of old age. She was 98. She rode in the Titanic. Then I have my cousin Henry, he's the doctor. He fell out of his car and broke his hip. When he was getting out, he fell on the pavement, going to the hospital.
Tell me about your travel up to Americas.
Oh, the travel itself.
The traveling.
It gets pretty old. Driving 40 minutes, at least twice a month, there and back. Riding with my dad gets a little old because he doesn't say a word. He just sits there and listens to the worst radio station. It's called The Blend. Plays a bunch of crappy music that came from like the 50s.
We have done a lot of traveling in football season this year. How do you feel about this, CT?
You know, I mostly sleep on those travels, and I take my iPod, but I let this one great man use it a lot. He has short black hair. He's wearing a red shirt right now. His name's Patrick Miller. He's a great guy.
Okay. As a world traveler, what advice would you like to give to all of the people who will view this video and might want to travel?
Well, I would say make sure you've got your luggage isn't too heavy because you'll have to pay an extra $25. And when you're on the plane, take a bunch of sleeping pills because you don't want to ride 8 hours. And then when you get to that country, make sure, keep up with your family because you get lost at the airport and end up in a hole with just a bunch of Iraqi terrorists that bombed the airport a week later. And then make sure when you get to wherever you're going, you drive on the right side of the road and not end up driving on the highway on the wrong side and almost crashing like my father did. And then make sure you don't get lost, and make sure you have a GPS, mostly. If you get lost, middle of the country, it's a 3 or 8 hour drive to anywhere. Getting lost or having a flat tire really sucks. Then make sure you know what you want to eat first, because you could eat, if you're in France, you could eat cow brains. It's actually pretty good. Make sure when you get the steak, it's not horse meat, because they're so worried about the mad cow disease. And then for tourism, make sure you check every place. You might find something that's just a cheap ripoff instead. The Louvre is great, but don't buy anything on the street. Especially if they say, here, it's great, it's from the Louvre. It's just a $5 ripoff. And then the Eiffel Tower is pretty fun too. Somebody fell off it though, but he had a parachute. He was base jumping, he said, but they still arrested him. They tackled him, and they beat him with their machine guns.
Do you ever want to travel somewhere else in the country? Have you traveled a lot of other places in the country?
I like traveling in the country, but I haven't been that many places. Atlanta's about the farthest I've ever been up north. And besides that, nowhere else really. Haven't been out of the state of Georgia.
Okay. Thank you, CT, and good luck to your travels to come in the future.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.